Hello everyone, welcome to Juju's English Podcast, your English listening podcast for those who are learning English. My name is Juju and I'm here to help you on your English learning journey. I'm hoping to give you something nice to listen to for some English listening practice. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about dreams. Do you have a dream? I assume most of you do. If not one dream, probably many. As for me, I've had many dreams. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to travel Europe. I wanted to come to Korea and teach English. As you know, some dreams come true and some do not. And that's okay. Not all your dreams need to come true. I think sometimes not having a dream come true can be a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise is when something happens to you that you did not expect. And at first it seems to be a bad thing, but in the future it actually becomes a positive thing for you. For example, maybe you win the lotto and you have lots of money, and many people know that you have lots of money, so they ask you for lots of money, and so maybe you lose some friends. But the blessing in disguise is you know that these people were not actually your real friends. That would be a blessing in disguise. So whether your dreams come true or not, what makes you happier? When you can achieve the goal that you've been working for, or when your dreams come true? I think for me, I feel much more satisfaction when my dream comes true because of my work, because I worked hard to achieve something. I think that if my dreams come true with just luck, it doesn't feel so satisfying. When you have a dream that you want to come true, it doesn't feel like you're working so hard for it. If I can give you an example, maybe your dream is to travel Europe, and suddenly you get a free trip to Europe. You get a plane ticket to Europe and free accommodation and free food. But you didn't really do anything to earn it. It just happened. It came to you without any work. Now, in some cases, that would be really nice. Sometimes we don't want to work for everything. Sometimes if it just falls in our lap, or if it just happens to us, we feel really happy. Sometimes we feel as if we deserve it. Maybe we were working hard at our job, and we didn't have time to work towards a goal. So if something falls into your lap, it's a great opportunity to take. It's a nice opportunity to take advantage of something free that comes to you. However, I think in my case that I enjoy working towards a goal and feeling how hard I worked in order to achieve that goal, so that when I finally achieve it, it feels much more satisfying to me than when something just comes easily. I feel as though I appreciate it more, and I appreciate its value. Now, in terms of motivation, I think dreams can help people be very motivated. I think when I say dreams and goals, they are the same thing to me. At least they are related to each other. Now, when I have a goal, and the goal is very enticing, I would say that I definitely feel more motivated to work towards that goal than I would if I had no goal or no dream. I think many people have to have goals in order to feel motivated to do anything. There needs to be some sort of reward for all your hard work. Some people want to just live a normal life. They want to eat, work, sleep, and maybe that's enough for them. But most people like to have other ambitions aside from their normal routine. Those are what I consider dreams. I think we work towards a dream or a goal because we want to have something extra to do other than our routine. Something to make our life a little more interesting. I think people have different dreams, obviously. But some people's dreams are about jobs. Some people's dreams are about other things. To become something or to have something. Things like that. What really is important, not only motivation, but how hard you work towards your dream. I think those who have big dreams usually need to work harder than those who have smaller dreams. There's nothing wrong with having a smaller dream. They're much easier to attain and achieve. Maybe having small dreams along with big dreams can be helpful towards achieving your big dream. For example, if you have a huge dream, let's say to become a doctor, it can be very overwhelming to only have one big dream. When it takes such a long time to accomplish, you may lose motivation. But if you have smaller goals that you can work on and achieve, then you feel as if you can achieve your bigger goal because you achieved a smaller goal. You can learn how to motivate yourself by accomplishing smaller steps, smaller goals in order to achieve your dream, your big dream. That's what I think, at least. But how hard are you willing to work for your dreams? I'd say for me, my dreams have always been quite big and challenging. So it's been quite hard for me to achieve my dreams because I usually pick dreams that are too big. But it's okay. Now, I've given up on some dreams just because I realized that they weren't actually what I really wanted. I think those were blessings in disguise. Not being able to achieve my dream was actually a good thing for me, because had I achieved my dream of saying becoming a doctor, I would not have had the opportunities that I've had today. And I would maybe have never met my husband. So things like these can happen, but I think if you can work towards a goal, having smaller goals can help. But the real question might be, how hard are you willing to work for your dream? Maybe your dream is to learn English and to become fluent. How long are you willing to study each day? How long are you willing to listen each day? Can you sacrifice some time to study longer instead of spending time with friends? These are the kind of things that you need to think about when you want to achieve your goals. Now, dreams can change. As I've already said, when I was much younger, I thought that I would want to be a doctor. My dream was to help people. However, when I got older, I realized that that just wasn't for me. Not that I can't help people, just that I learned that I could help people in different ways. Dreams can change depending on where you go physically in your life and the people that you meet. Maybe someone inspires you to become like them, or you go to a new place and learn about something very interesting. So you want to have that thing, or learn that thing, or become that thing. Dreams can change. And I think it's important for people to understand that that's okay. Maybe it's not healthy to hold on to a dream that is not going to be achievable. Now, when it comes to other people, sometimes we can feel very competitive. If someone achieves the dream that we want to achieve, how do you feel? Do you feel jealous? Do you feel happy for them? Do you feel motivated? If they can do it, I can do it. How do you feel when someone else achieves the same dream that you want? Now, a really good question that I think about a lot is, should people talk about dreams and goals before they actually achieve them? Sometimes people, if they talk about their dreams, it can feel as though they've already achieved it. By saying, "Oh, I want to be a doctor," out loud to someone, it can feel as though you've already accomplished it by saying it publicly to someone, even though nothing was done to achieve that dream, but it can feel somewhat of a satisfying feeling. But it can feel somewhat satisfying to tell someone about your dream. So I personally think that you need to be careful when you are telling your dreams to people. I don't want to say that I think no one should talk about their dreams, but I do think that it can lead to a lack of motivation if you are telling everyone. Now, on the other hand, I think telling your dreams to people can also be a motivating factor. If you're telling a lot of people that you're going to do something or that you want this one thing, there can be a sense of accountability. Now, if you're telling all of these people your dream, maybe it can feel like you need to accomplish your dream because you've told so many people that they are expecting you to achieve your dream. Maybe there's more motivation for you in telling people because they cheer you on. They want you to achieve your dream. They give you support. So I think it just depends on the person. For me personally, I like to tell people about my dreams half of the time. Half of the time I am shy about the dreams that I have, and half of the time I really want to be accountable. I'm really trying to create accountability for myself in telling people my goals. So, how about you? How do you feel with your goals? So, that's it for today's episode. What are your dreams? Let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments. I will look at every single comment, and I hope you have a great day, a great week, and a great year. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.